I'm Margy Wilkinson. I'm with Friends of Adeline, although some of what I might say may not be agreed to by other members of Friends of Adeline. I'm happy to follow this gentleman because I was going to start off by saying that I don't get the sense of urgency here that I think we need to have. Capitalism is dying, and it's trying to take the earth, the planet we live in, and all of us with it. Housing has become a commodity. It should be a human right and a socially developed and maintained operation. Homelessness is growing. Today in the LA Times there was an article about the increase in homelessness. And you know what the conclusion was? Not that there's not enough housing, but that the rent's too damn high. People can't afford to live in the places that exist. Nationally, it is estimated that there are 6 vacant housing units for every single homeless person. In New York City, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says it's 3 vacant housing units for every single homeless person. Okay, and you can't talk about developing the Ashby flea market without talking, at the Ashby Bart station, without talking about the flea market and the vendors who depend on that operation for their living. We cannot, this is not a conversation that's going to go on somewhere else. It has to go on right here, right now. Do I want housing? Yes, I want housing. I want housing for the very poor people who have been forced out of Berkeley or onto its streets. I want housing for people who grew up in the city and can't live here anymore. But I reject the notion that we have a housing crisis. What we have is an affordability crisis. Okay, I never read an EIR before. I never even looked at one. So I started doing that because I thought maybe, you know, I got to pay attention to what these people are saying and I was deeply disappointed that the EIR rejected the issue that Friends of Adeline brought up at the very beginning of this process, which was that one of the environmental impacts that must be considered must include gentrification and displacement. That's not in, and there's an explanation, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I was very pleased to see that the plan calls for electric, solar, and whatever you call this, units and all the buildings. But there's no discussion about something that I've just recently become aware of, which is the environmental impacts of construction. When you build tall buildings, really tall buildings, you use materials that the creation and use of which is an environmental disaster. You can build relatively tall buildings. I think 7 stories is pretty tall. I wouldn't want to live in a building that I couldn't walk out of. So I'm just saying that that's not in the environmental impact report as far as I can tell. And there needs to be much more about how we save our community and save precious institutions like the flea market.